everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Oracle Ace virtual conference. Our first session of the day is presented by our Oracle Ace Pro, Mandeep Gupta. Mandeep has been in the program with us since 2022. He's an Oracle Cloud HCM architect with an overall experience of over 15 years in Oracle technology and applications. Welcome, Mandeep. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for the nice introduction. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So, hello, everyone. So, today I'm going to talk about Gen AI and AI agents in Fusion HCM. So, specifically from Oracle apps, HCM side, we are going to talk about it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little background about it and a quick demo on the system to show how you can enable the Gen AI features and AI agents in Fusion HCM. Okay, so a quick introduction about myself. So I'm Mandeep Gupta. Currently, I'm working as a solutions architect with Emerson IT Solutions. So as Anna mentioned, I've been Oracle Ace Pro. So I joined the program in 2022. Yeah, and my overall experience is like 15 plus. So I have been working on Oracle EBS on-prem and then on Oracle Fusion apps. So that's about me. So let's dive into the agenda today. Okay, so generative AI or Gen AI. So basically, what it is, yeah. So in layman terms, it's just a machine learning model. So that will create some new data based on the user prompts. Okay, so we will ask some question, and based on the query, output will be generated. So how that happens is the models they are trained using a vast set of knowledge. Okay, so it can be a database knowledge, it can be pictures, graphicals, and different formats. Okay, so that is basically the Gen AI. So now if we talk about generative AI in terms of Fusion, so what does it mean, right? So in HCM we have different pillars, and against those pillars we have different modules, right? So depending upon the various scenarios that we have in Fusion HCM, so Oracle themselves, they have identified three design patterns for Gen AI uses. Okay, so the first of the design pattern is assisted authoring. So this is the most commonly used feature of AI in Fusion HCM as of today. Okay, so what assisted authoring is, so it helps the end users, basically the employees, HR line managers, to have a content ready for their use. For example, I as a learner, okay, in Oracle Learning Cloud, I want to record an external learning, right? So when I enter the learning item title, if I use the assist AI feature, so what it will do, it will generate the description for me, the whole description based off on the course title. Okay, so that is what assisted authoring is all about. So you just type in something based on the training that the LLM model is having, it will generate the full description for you, right? So the second design pattern is about the suggestions. Okay, so here in this kind of design pattern, the Gen AI provides an advisory role. So what does it mean is, it recommends few things to you. So for example, a manager is trying to create a survey for the workers, right? So based on the data, and based on the survey name, based on the department, or like if they are working in sales, so the Gen AI, what it will do, it will suggest the survey questions. So those are the recommendations only. The manager can take it or they may ignore it, right? So the next design pattern is summarization. Okay, so what does summarization means is, so the Gen AI will collect data from multiple sources and basically create a nice and a good summary for the user. Okay, so this is most commonly used in talent performance. Okay, where we have the performance reviews. Okay, so normally based on the previous performance reviews, the comments that the worker has entered and the comments which were entered in the previous performance documents, the Gen AI, if enabled, right, it will generate the auto comments or the auto feedback for the manager. So what it does is, actually it helps the managers a lot, so they don't have to remember all that they did last year, and based on the workers competencies this year, based on his or her comments, right? So the Gen AI helps the manager to create a description of the feedback, right? So that is what summarization is. Okay. So now, next item, I'm going to talk about some key points about the Gen AI Infusion HCM. Okay. So as we know, right, for Gen AI, we have to use the. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some of the key points of a Gen AI Infusion HCM, right? So, like we have spoken earlier, for Gen AI, we need to use some LLMs, right? The large language models. So, Oracle uses the latest large language models from Cohere. Okay, so the Cohere LLMs that powers the Gen AI features being embedded into the Fusion applications. Okay, so now how we can use the Gen AI capabilities in Fusion. So the Oracle
Sorry to briefly
FA,
interrupt.
the no, that's fine. So yeah, this was the basic introduction of the Gen AI. Okay, and this was my first slide basically, where I talked about the design patterns of Gen AI in Fusion HCM. Okay, so do I need to go through it again, or can I move to the next slide? So
Yeah.
we just talked about the three design patterns: assisted authoring, suggestions, and the summarization. Okay. So if you have any questions, we can take it at the end, I think. All right. So yeah, we were discussing the key points, right? So Oracle Fusion application uses the prompts, okay, to deliver the Gen AI capabilities. So what is a prompt? So prompt is nothing but an instruction, okay, that the Gen AI model generates to get a response based on the input. So input is called as context. So whatever the context is passed, so based on that, request is sent to the Gen AI model, and based on that, an output is generated. Okay, so now Oracle, they have given us some seeded prompts. Okay, but again, there is a possibility if we want to customize those seeded prompts. So we have something called AI configurator in HCM Design Studio that can be used to override the seeded prompts. Okay, so the next thing is about the licensing cost. Okay, so Gen AI is embedded and it's free to use. So there are no additional license costs that is associated to use Gen AI features. All right. So the only limitation as of now is like the Gen AI is available only a certain set of certain data centers, basically, right? So the customers who are not on those data centers, they will not be able to use Gen AI as of now. Okay, and the next point is about the customer data. So Gen AI is very secure. So Oracle uses its own, guardrails, okay, to make sure none of the customer data is being used to train the LLMs. So the LLMs, they are trained based on the, public data or different set of data, but none of the customer data is used to train those LLMs. So we will talk about more about it in the next slide. Okay. So the next point about Gen AI features is like most of them, except for candidate experience, they work only in Redwood. Okay, so if you're planning to use Gen AI features, it is must that the Redwood profile options are enabled, Oracle search is enabled, and you run that ingestion process. Okay, so once you are in Redwood and you want to use the Assist AI, basically, which is the authoring design type, right? Then that button by default, it's hidden in Fusion applications. Okay, so you have to enable that button so that you can do it using Redwood VBCS. All right. So as of now, that the author and summarize, right, the design patterns, they support 8 languages. Okay, and the RAG agents, they currently support 4 languages only. So like in Fusion applications, we can have lot of languages, right, which can be enabled, but the Gen AI author and summarize, they can generate data only in 8 languages as of now. Yeah. So next, the Gen AI in Fusion HCM, the structure of it. Okay, so first is the base LLM, so the large language model, right? So it is the Oracle uses the Cohere LLM. Okay, so it is that it's a base model that is trained to understand a language. So you can input in any language, and it is trained so that it can interpret the instruction, the request, and generate some data based on that, right? Now, what Oracle does is it, fine tunes the LLM with the app's knowledge. So the Cohere has given us a LLM, which which is trained enough to understand the user instructions and generate an output based on that. Okay. Further to that, so Oracle, it fine tunes that LLM with the app's knowledge, basically the app's keywords, the terminology, right, and the modules or the business standard business processes that we have. All right. So next is the prompts, right? So prompts is basically the set of instructions that will be given to the Gen AI data model, right? So the prompts is so Oracle has given us a seeded prompts basically, which we can when the assist AI is enabled, so those instructions will be given to the model, and based on that, output will be generated. Okay. So the users, what they do, they execute the prompts, so an output will be generated. They can review and edit the results. So that is about the structure of Gen AI. Okay. So now we will see an example. I'll just go through the slides quickly and then I'll show it in the environment to you. Okay, so how we can enable the AI assist. Okay, so this is an example of the authoring design pattern, right? So for example, I want to use AI assist in record external learning action, right? So this is the navigation. I go to me learning actions and I click on record external learning, right? So once you click on record external learning, by default that assist AI will be hidden. So we have to enable that. So the next step is to edit that page in the VB Studio. Okay. So once you click on the VB Studio, you go to the advanced mode. Okay. So there is something called variables in the advanced mode. So if you click on the variables, right, you will see a constant which is called show AI assist. So the default value for that is false. You have to change it to true. Okay. And then right, so once that is done, so the Gen AI button will be visible, but it will be in a disabled state. Okay. So this is what you see on the record external learning. So right now you see the title, right? So as soon as you enter the title, the AI assist button becomes enabled. Okay. So once you click on the AI assist, so it will generate the description based on the title that you have entered. Okay. So this is the context that we have provided in the title attribute, and that has prompted the AI assist, that LLM to generate a description for us. Okay. All right, so now I'll just log in into the application and I'll show you a quick demo of it. So what we have talked about. So I hope you can see the Fusion application screen, right?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so I'm just going to me. So under me, right, I have learning. Okay, so if I go to actions, record external learning. So right now, if you see this generate AI is already enabled. Okay. So that button you are able to see, but if you just want to enable it, because by default it's hidden, you just have to edit this page in the VB Studio. It takes usually a minute or so to open the Design Studio, sorry, the Visual Basic Studio. Okay, so this is the page that record learning experience, right? Yeah, so if you go to the variables, you see the show AI assist. Okay, so this is the same concept for all the pages where you want to enable the show assist. Okay, so yeah, so the default value is now set to true. That's why it is available on this screen. Okay, so now it's disabled. So as soon as I entered any title, right, in management, right, this becomes enabled. If I click on AI assist, so it is going to send that instruction. Okay, and based on that, a description has been generated. All right, so this is how it works. So now it's up to you. You can edit it, you can keep it. You want to make some changes, you can make it, or you can ignore it completely. All right, so that's how the AI assist can help us. So if you just think from a perspective, right, like you have to type this whole description on your own, so that's where it saves a lot of time, right? Okay, going back to the presentation. So now the evolution of Gen AI in Fusion HCM, right? So over time, all the technology is growing, right? So the Gen AI also has grown up, right? So this, the example which we see, which is very simple, assisted, authoring or summarization. Now, we have more powerful features like, search, research. We can ask Q and Q and NAs, right, from the Gen AI with use of agents. Okay, in future, so Oracle is planning to release multiple step AI agents which can handle more complex scenarios like the complex workflows, end to end business processes, etc. Okay, so next thing, what I'm going to talk about is RAG. So RAG is nothing but the retrieval augmented generation. Okay, so this term is actually used interchangeably with AI agents as of now in Fusion applications. Okay, so what is a RAG agent or a AI agent? Okay, so we saw a simple example where we just provided the title and based on that an output was generated, right? So RAG adds more context to the prompt. So what it means is like, with RAG, we can ask some questions for which, the LLM is not trained. Okay. So for example, we have a basic HR policy document, right? So the manager is doing a promotion for an employee, correct? During that, the manager wants to refer to the HR policy, correct? So one option is the manager will stop the work on the Fusion application. He will go to the company portal, find for that HR policy, understand it, and based on that he returns to the Fusion application and does the work, right? So the advantage of RAG is like the additional context, basically the documents, right? The policy documents or any kind of documents, they can be uploaded into Fusion applications with use of agents. Okay. And then the promotion process, it can be created as a guided journey. So when the manager is doing the promotion in a guided journey, so we have an option where the manager can it's like a chatbot. So you can the manager can ask the question and the agent will search through that policy document and it will provide the feedback to the manager. So you see data, there is a lot of advantage there. It will save a lot of time and the manager need not to go to any other system except for Fusion, right? So all the data is available at one place. Okay, so these are the additional contexts which are not available to LLM as trained, right? So the additional context, basically the PDF documents, right? So how the system works is that system converts those contexts into small chunks in a vector representation and they are stored. Okay, so when the instruction, the prompt is provided, so the prompt is again converted into a vector representation and the vectors are matched with the chunks that were divided. Okay, so based on that the chunks are retrieved. So the retrieved chunks are sent as a context to LLM to generate the output. Okay, so now in Oracle SCM, we have multiple type of AI agents. So the common one is what we call AI agent is to comprehend the documents and it provides answers as part of guided journey. So the example which we just discussed, right? Now with each new release, Oracle has started releasing the module specific agents. So for example, in Oracle Learning Cloud, we have skill library training agent. Okay, So we have skill library enrichment agent, skill library translation agent. Similarly, we have agents in the talent module as well. Okay, so the basic functionality of all these agents behind the scenes, it remains the same. So we can upload multiple documents, files, and then they are used in guided journeys. For some agents, they are used for further agents to answer the specific questions or to make some recommendations. Okay, all right, so I can quickly show you how we can create an
Um,
agent in HCM. Yeah, I think I just wanted to show a quick demo on the application, but this was my last slide, okay? Because it was short 25 minutes only, so I have kept it simple, okay? So yeah, I don't have anything else to discuss on the slide perspective, but if we have couple of minutes, I can just show, quickly how we can create a agent, yeah? Right. Okay. So if let's talk about the AI agent. So if you go to my client groups, right? So and you search for agents, so you have configure HCM agents. Okay. If you click on that, so it will give you two options, agent and tools. So under tools, right? So you can click on add, you can give it a name, and you can add the documents, right? So whatever PDF documents, the policy documents that you want to add, you can add that. So for example, there are so many documents which are already created, right? So if you see, this is the document is there, correct, and it's been published. So there is a process that you need to run once this is created. So the status will be converted to published. So once that status is published, you need to go to agents. So you click on create agent, right? You give it a name and a category and the tools. So the tool is nothing but the document that you have uploaded in the previous step, right? So once this is done, your agent is available. So the next step is how you want to use it, right? So these agents, you can use it in guided journeys, right? So I'll just quickly show you. So under my client groups, again, if you go to guided journeys, right? Right, so you can create a new guided journey, and okay, so on guided journeys also you have AI assist, but if I just open any existing one, you can see there is a new task type which is called agent. Okay, so you can use that task type, and you can so this task type agent is there, right? So if you click on task, you can choose the task type and as agent, and you can give your agent here. So the next step or the last step is to embed this guided journey to the process you want to follow. So you just need to go to VBCS, go to that page where you want to embed this guided journey, and your agent will be available. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, great.
Thanks, Sona.
Thank you, Mandeep.